So I always begin, as you know, if you've been coming, by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land from which I am greeting you this evening. And for me, that is the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation. And I honour their living connection to the land and waters of this country and pay my respect to their elders, past, present, and emerging. And I offer the same respect to any elder who may be present here today of any tradition. And we begin with this very simple but very direct request, isn't it really? May Shanglön Dorje clear the path of obstacles, protect the lineage of healing, and support all who practice medicine for the welfare of the world. And in the medical lineage, this is the great protector, Shanglön Dorje. He is the guardian of the science of healing and the protector of the teachings of the Gyud Shi, the Four Medical Tantras, which is the main teaching text of Tibetan medicine. And as we see here, and we'll see in other pictures moving through, there are two manifestations. In his seated form, he protects the teachings of the Four Medical Tantras, doctors and medical practitioners, medicines and medical knowledge, and the correct transmission of healing methods and the well-being of patients. In his mounted form, riding swiftly on a horse, he moves through the world removing obstacles and disturbances that interfere with the work of healing. In particular, he protects the Yuthok Nyingthik lineage and those who are engaged in the spiritual practices of healing. But what they also do, and we can also call on him to remove obstacles in our lives when needed, and between the two of them they cover different areas of obstacles that we can ask help on, and I'll talk about that again a little bit later. But basically they are this powerhouse under the auspices of the medicine Buddha. This is Dr. Nero says this is his army, his generals, and so they bring all that power underneath the wisdom and blessing and compassion of the medicine Buddha. But first we take refuge and generate bodhicitta. And within this practice, we take refuge in Yuthok Nyingthik, the father of Tibetan medicine, and widely regarded as a walking manifestation of medicine Buddha. And it is said in the Yuthok Nyingthik that when we pray to Yuthok, we pray to all the Buddhas. It's very efficient. So we'll say our refuge prayer twice in Tibetan and once in English. Namo. Digdideshik doji cham choktu konchok sumjino dakshin janchok matopa ning neni vachop suchi. Digdideshik doji cham choktu konchok sumjino dakshin janchok matopa ning neni vachop suchi. You who are the union of all Sagatas and Vajradhara, essence of the three jewels in the 10 directions and 3 times, until I and all others achieve enlightenment from my inner heart, I take refuge in you. And then our prayer to arouse bodhicitta. Sanji chulam sukchi chulam na jangju baru dagni chop suchi daji jin sokji pe solam ki dola panchi sanji duk pashok. Sanji chulam sukchi chulam na jangju baru dagni chop suchi daji jin sokji pe solam ki dola panchi sanji duk pashok. Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, until enlightenment, I take refuge in you. Through my merit of generosity and so on, may I attain Buddhahood for the good of all sentient beings. And now a beautiful prayer of the Four Immeasurables. Semchen tamche dewa dang diwe udang den paguchik. Semchen tamche duknel dang duknel tijo dang jelwa guchik. Semchen tamche duknel me pe dewa dang midwa guchik. Semchen tamche ni ning chak dang ni dang del. We tang nyom la ne me paguchik. Sem Chen Tam She Dewa Dang Tiwe Gu Dang Den Ba Gu Chik. Sem Chen Tam She Duk Dang 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 Ji Ju Dang Jelwa Gu Chik. Sem Chen Tam She Duk Dang Mei Bei Dewa Dang Ni Delwa Gu Chik. Sem Chen Tam She Ni Ling Chak Dang Ni Dang Del Ni Dang Yong La Ne Pa Gu Chik. Male beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. Male beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. Male beings never be separated from the supreme joy that is beyond all sorrow. Male beings abide in equanimity, free from attachment, aversion, and sorrow. And we begin with Medicine Buddha because Shanglön Dorje serves as the protector and general of his healing activity. So we're going to do one mala of the mantra, and we have him in front of us now, sitting peacefully. You can visualize yourself as Medicine Buddha if you are able to do that, or you can imagine he's in front of you or on top of your head, or you can just look at the beautiful picture while we say the mantra. One full round of the mantra. Tayata Om Bekenze Maha Bekenze Natsa Samagate Soha. 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 Tayata Om Bekenze Maha Bekenze Natsa Soha. Tayata Om Bekenze Maha Bekenze Natsa Samagate Soha. Tayata Om Bekenze Maha Bekenze Natsa Samagate. Tayata Om Bekenze Maha Bekenze Natsa Samagate Soha. Tayata Om Bekenze Maha Bekenze Natsa Samagate Soha. Bekenze Maha Bekenze Natsa Samagate Soha. Tayata Om Bekenze Maha Bekenze Natsa Samagate Soha. Tayata Om Bekinze Maha Bekinze Natu Sumgate 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 Soha. Tayat Om Bekinze Maha Bekinze Natu Samagate 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 Soha. And just sit for a couple of minutes with that connection to the medicine Buddha and his compassion and healing and wisdom. And a few moments in the rainbow light. The medicine Buddha brings us the activity of healing in the world, and Shanglon protects that activity and removes the obstacles so the benefits of healing can reach everybody. We have two versions of Shanglon again. We spoke about that earlier. In his riding form, he moves very swiftly on a dark horse, and he removes the obstacles that hinder healing and spiritual practice. He dissolves disturbances and brings the activity of healing to flourish for the benefit of all. In the seated form, he holds the Vajra of indestructible power and the skull cup of healing nectar, protecting the lineage of medicine. So we wake him up now and put him to work. Ram Yan Kam Om Ahung Ha Ho Hui. Mensen Shanglon Konga de Gula Sota Chudra Nino Tukdam Kang Chinang Sangwe Bache Padang Leshi Lunjup Chuktu Nunjup So. Mensen Shanglon Konga de Gula Sota Chudra Nino Tukdam Kang Chinang Sangwe Bache Padang Leshi Lunjup Chuktu Nunjup So. Mensen Shanglon Konga de Gula Sota Chudra Nino Tukdam Kang Chinang Sangwe Bache Padang Leshi Lunjup Chuktu Nunjup So. Mensen Shanglon Konga de Gula Sota Chudra Nino Tukdam Kang Chinang Sangwe Bache Padang Leshi Lunjup Chuktu Nunjup So. Mensen Shanglon Konga de Gula Sota Chudra Nino Tukdam Kang Chinang Sangwe Bache Padang Leshi Lunjup Chuktu Nunjup So. Mensen Shanglon Konga de Gula Sota Chudra Nino Tukdam Kang Chinang Sangwe Bache Dok Padang Le Shilun Drip Chuktin and Drip So Mens and Shanlon Kongadegula Sort of Children in the Tukdam Kang. Chinang Sangwe Bache Dok Padang Le Shilun Drip Chuktin and Drip So Mens and Shanlon Kongadegula Sort of Children in the Tukdam Kang. Chinang Sangwe Bache Dok Padang Le Shilun Drip Chuktin and Drip So Mens and Shanlon Kongadegula Sort of Children in the Tukdam Kang. Chinang Sangwe Bache Dok Padang Le Shilun Drip Chuktin and Drip So Mensen Shanglon Kongadegula Sota Chidra Nina Tipdam Kang Chinang Sangwe Bache Padang Le Shilun Drip Chipton and So Mensen Shanglon Kongadegula Sota Chidra Nina Tipdam Kang Chinang Sangwe Bache Padang Le Shilun Drip Chipton and So Mensen Shanglon Kongadegula Sota Chidra Nina Tipdam Kang Chinang Sangwe Bache Padang Le Shilun Drip Chipton and So Mensen Shanglon Kongadegula Sota Chidra Nina Tipdam Kang Chinang Sangwe Bache Dak Padang Le Shilun Drip Chipton and So Mensen Shanlong Kongadegula Salted Chidron Nina Dikdam Kang Chinang Sangwe Bache Dak Padang Le Shilun Drip Chipton and So Mensen Shanlong Kongadegula Salted Chidron Nina Dikdam Kang Chinang Sangwe Bache Dak Padang Le Shilun Drip Chipton and So Mensen Shanlong Kongadegula Salted Chidron Nina Dikdam Kang Chinang Sangwe Bache Dak Padang Le Shilun Drip Chipton and So Mensen Shanlong Kongadegula Salted Chidron Nina Dikdam Kang Chinang Sangwe Bache Dak Padang Le Shilun Drip Chipton and So Mensen Shanlong Kongadegula Salted Chidron Nina Dikdam Kang Chinang Sangwe Bache Dak Padang Le Shilun Drip Chipton and So Mensen Shanlong Kongadegula Salted Chidron Nina Dikdam Kang Chinang Sangwe Bache Dak Padang Le Shilun Drip Chipton and So Mensen Shanlong Kongadegula Salted Chidron Nina Dikdam Kang Chinang Sangwe Bache Dak Padang Le Shilun Drip Chipton and So Mensen Shanlong Kongadegula Salted Chidron Nina Dikdam Kang Chinang Sangwe Bache Dak Padang Le Shilun Drip Chipton and So Mensen Shanlong Kongadegula Salted Chidron Nina Dikdam Kang Chinang Sangwe Bache Dak Padang Le Shilun Drip Chipton and So Mensen Shanlong Kongadegula Salted Chidron Nina Dikdam Kang Chinang Sangwe Bache Dak Padang Le Shilun Drip Chipton and So Medicine Protector Shanlon and his retinue, with praise and offerings we invite you. May your heart be fulfilled. Eliminate all inner, outer, and secret obstacles and spontaneously accomplish the four actions. Transmit the common and uncommon cities. So we're going to work with the wrathful riding Shanlon first. We'll say the mala of his mantra. And after that, we supplicate him. I will say some things, but you should also think of things that you yourself want to ask for. And that might be things for yourself in terms of healing and obstacles to be removed for people that you care about, for people in your community, for people in the world. You can ask for all of these things. You don't have to choose one over the other. The power and compassion of the Buddhas is infinite. So at the end, we will do that and just spend a few moments meditating on what we're asking for from Shanlon. So when I say my bit, that's just me getting it all rolling. You also think about these things for yourself and hold them close. You can completely ignore what I have to say if you wish. Om Mahakala Yaksha Benzatita Hum Pat Ratna Siddhi Hum. Om Mahakala Yaksha Benzatita Hum Pat Ratna Siddhi Hum. Om Mahakala Yaksha Benzatita Hum Pat Ratna Siddhi Hum. Om Mahakala Yaksha Benzatita Hum Pat Ratna Siddhi Hum. Om Mahakala Yaksha Benzatita Hum Pat Ratna Siddhi Hum. Om Mahakala Yaksha Benzatita Hum Pat Ratna Siddhi Hum. Om Mahakala Yaksha Benzatita Hum Pat Ratna Siddhi Hum. Om Mahakala Yaksha Benzatita Hum Pat Ratna Siddhi Hum. Om Mahakala Yaksha Benzatita Hum Pat Ratna Siddhi Hum. Om Mahakala Yaksha Benzatita Hum Pat Ratna Siddhi Hum. Om Mahakala Yaksha Benzatita Hum Pat Ratna Siddhi Hum. Om Mahakala Yaksha Benzatita Hum Pat Ratna Siddhi Hum. Om Mahakala Yaksha Benzatita Hum Pat Ratna Siddhi Hum. Om Mahakala Yaksha Benzatita Hum Pat Ratna Siddhi Hum. Om Mahakala Yakshabinda Sita Om Paratna 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 Siddhi. Om Mahakala Yakshabinda Sita Om Paratna Siddhi Hum. 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 So we ask Shanglon to swiftly bring healing to everywhere it's needed, everywhere in the world, to bring healing to all sentient beings and to remove the obstacles to healing for all sentient beings, to immediately relieve suffering, to take away fear, to bring peace, which is another kind of healing, and to heal what is in the hearts of humans that is stopping us from living in peace with compassion and understanding, and to heal the earth itself, air, the water, the land, and every living thing down to the tiniest thing that we can't even see or envisage, but still makes up the total of sentient beings that live on this planet with us. In particular, to those places in the world that are really troubled, there's so many, to bring healing and safety and protection, particularly to those who are in these dangerous places, to protect those who are there helping, and in the spirit of his work in protecting medical lineages, to protect the doctors and nurses and other carers and healers that every day go out into the world to help people and protect people that they are helping. But to ride so swiftly to wherever he's needed, and to bring the antidote of healing. And replace anger and greed, all the negative emotions, with healing and love, compassion. We'll sit with that just for a few minutes. Now we move on to the so-called peaceful Shanglon, the seated one. And he is the one we ask for help with our temporal life, the way we interact with the world around us. So apart from all the other things of healing and removing obstacles, this is the one we ask for when there's things going on that we want to seek help with. We might be embarking on a new important thing. We might be buying a house, starting a relationship, starting and buying a business, sitting an exam, any of those things. Anything that's big that's happening in your life that's important, ask for help. And Shanglon will help you. So all of the things that impact on how we are every day in the world, it'd be good to have some help with that. If you've got a legal matter, if you've got ongoing chronic health issues or people that you care about have them, if you're deciding to quit your job and go and ride your bike around the world, or you decided you're going to embark on a PhD, whatever is going on in your world, this is the time to ask, as well as for all the other things and for other people as well. But this is the Shanglon who looks after us in this regard. But again, we'll say the mantra and then we'll do some supplication and meditation after that. Om Benzaratnasita Rakalaki Hum Pat Soha. 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 Om Benzarat Nasita Rakaraki 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 Hum Pat Soha. So this Shanglon, I always like to start with that every sentient being has, whatever that means for them, a safe place, that they have the equivalent of a roof over their head, clothes on their back, food on their table, that they have access to a haven, that they have access to clean water, to food, to appropriate clothes, to shelter and medicine if they need it, and doctors or whatever kind of healing that they need. They have access to these things, that they have access to work if that's what's needed, to education if that's the thing, or community, access to the helps and supports that everybody needs to live a more enriched life. We ask that He encourages those with plenty to be generous, and that those who receive do so gratefully, and that again He protects those who need protecting, those people in peril in the terrible areas of the world, the elderly, the frail, children, for all the people who are suffering with chronic, unseen diseases that no one knows about because they're not visible. Protect those who are helping, the first responders, the people who leave their own homes every day to go out and help others. And to protect our teachers, we need them. And to hopefully provide enough in everyone's life that they find a way to at least attempt what it is they're here for, and attempt to follow a path that will bring them to spiritual fulfillment, whatever it's called in their version. So think of the things that you want to ask for the people you want to ask for. doing for tonight. And through the blessings of the medicine Buddha, the protection of Shanglön Dorje, and the power of this practice, may all illness, obstacles, and suffering be pacified. May the healing activity that benefits beings flourish throughout the world. Now we make our dedication. Gewa di no didak menja Yuthok Nyingthik Druwa Chikamanupa Dei Salagopa Shok. By the merit, may we quickly achieve the state of Yuthok, the King of Medicine, and through this, may all beings be placed on this level. And then we seal our practice with the mantra of interdependence. And say this one 3 times. Om Yadama Hetuta Bawa Hetuntishan Tatakato Hayawade Tishan Sayoniroda Evam Bandi Mahashamana Soha. Om Yadama Hetunta Bawa Hetuntishan Tatakato Hayawade Tishan Sayoniroda Evam Bandi Mahashamana Soha. Om Yadama Hetunta Bawa Hetuntishan Tatakato Hayawade Tishan Sayoniroda Evam Bandi Mahashamana Soha. And there we are. Thank you for bringing your lovely energy and joining me.
Thank you.
If anyone has any questions or something they want to share, feel free.